Goblins stole the daughter of the blacksmith in the dark of night and headed for their camp in the hills. But it is well known that come morning, the human sacrifice will be made to appease the god. A magic item is stolen by a thief. The thief is hiding out in the sewers. However, the Thieves Guild knows they will get a big reward if they can get that magic item out to a collector in the north. What are these? These are ticking clocks. Ticking clocks are very useful in D&D and other RPGs. So, my name is Rich, the First Time DM. I provide DM tips. This time, let's talk about how to use ticking clocks and what they can bring to your game. D&D and RPGs are very freeform in the fact that when the players sit down at the table, anything can happen. There normally isn't a ticking clock forcing the players to do something. Most of the time, they sit around the table, shenanigans happens, the DM narrates the stories for the session done. The adventure actually never moved forward. The players didn't accomplish anything in game, really. Maybe they did some shopping, maybe they harassed some NPCs, but they didn't actually move the story forward. The one thing you can use that will move the story forward is a ticking clock. The examples I give in the intro are perfect. There is a set time when something will occur. So it's up to the players to resolve that situation before the ticking clock expires. The child will be sacrificed by the dawn. The thief will be no longer in the city with the magic item they desperately need. So the players sit around and they don't actually progress the story forward. They will miss something or something bad will happen and they will have to face the consequences for it. So, do your players sit around and plan and plan and plan and plan? All players do. I do it as a player. It's how you do this game. It's just you want to overthink everything. But if you introduce a ticking clock that has a set expiration time, whether it's morning, 5 rounds, whatever it is, it will make the players act and force that situation to resolve. Before we continue, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor in Advertising Rich. I believe today's sponsor is Dubby. I think Rich spent a lot of time in the yard again, so Dubby was right there at the forefront of his adventures this weekend. Take it away, Advertising Rich. This video is brought to you by Dubby. When you feel run down or need a pick-me-up, do you reach for one of the expensive energy drinks? What if I told you there's an energy drink out there that costs about $1 for 16 ounces? What if I told you this energy drink would be jitter and sugar-free? Well, it's all true, thanks to the folks at Dubby. They make energy powders that you add to water and the flavors all taste amazing. You get dehydrated easily? Well, Dubby has hydration powders that also taste great and work very well. I work 10-hour days and then have to run a 4-hour session of D&D, and I always reach for the Dubby energy powder before the session starts. Not only does it pick me up, but my focus also increases drastically, allowing me to run intense combats so much better. I don't do well in the heat, and when I'm doing yard work, I get dehydrated very easily and quickly. Well, the Dubby Hydro Powder is a godsend. Not only does it taste amazing, it works as advertised and even helps stop the migraines I normally get after yard work. So, click the link in the description to go to Dubby to let them know the Laughing Tavern sent you and enter the code It's a Mimic at checkout for 10% off your order. Thanks to Dubby for sponsoring this video. Thank you as always, Advertising Rich. I know you worked hard this weekend. So, ticking clocks can also be used to set something in the future, not just immediate, it's for the future. The BBEG's plans got revealed, sort of, but they know something big will happen on the winter solstice. If you're tracking days in the world, I know I do, I have a calendar, I base it off of Critical Role's calendar for right now. I track it on an Excel sheet, and my players know what day of the world it is, a day in the world it is, whether it's the equivalent of a Monday to Thursday, February 15th, they know. It's all being tracked, and they know where they are in that respect. I also have the holidays and some of the celebrations like the solstices in there. So if I want to have them have to deal with an event that's happening 6 months from now, they can see that on the calendar. And it's always in the back of their mind that this is going to happen then. They may not know the what or the where, but they know something. And maybe clues they find along the way will lead them towards that, because it will mention specific things like the solstice or when it is time, something that brings them to it. There's many ways you can track this. I said you can track it by dawn, by rounds. Certain RPGs have other systems. Blades in the Dark has theirs, which I've never tried. Daggerheart has countdowns where you can progress skill checks and advancements, and sometimes it's rolled by a 1d6, and that's how many rounds you have until something happens. I, myself, will have waves in my combat sometimes, and the raves, that's something else, the waves will occur on rounds 3, 5, and 9. They're all ticking clocks. The players will realize, man, if we don't end this fight now, the next wave might be coming in. Keeping it randomized helps keep a little of the suspense there too. And that is another thing that ticking clocks are perfect for in D&D and other RPGs. Building suspense. Forcing that suspense on the players as well. Something's going to happen. You have to do it. You can't just let it wait. And in my world, if I drop hints about something, good hints that are relatively clear, something that does speak about something specific, if the players don't act on it, that is still a ticking clock in the background. That is still winding down. It's a real world consequence. So if I give them something about a magic item over in this location and they continue to ignore it, eventually, when they do get to it, that magic item may be gone. It may have been something that the BBEG needed, but they just didn't know it at the time. So you have to have that real world ticking clock, and that makes the player's actions have consequences in the world. Do NPCs get saved? Do thieves get away? Do magic items disappear? Does the BBEG's plans continue to advance? They may have had multiple chances to stop the BBEG, but because of shenanigans or shopping or missing a plot hook, they didn't get to it in time. Now, one thing to watch out for, especially for those long-term ticking clocks where the players may have missed the plot hook, because let's be honest, most of us who sat behind the screen, we've all been players. And unless the DM specifically calls it out with big old warning sign, here's a plot hook, this right here's a plot hook, most players are going to miss it. So if you have that, make sure it's clear. What I did in my game with the campaign I'm currently running is there were certain items that the players had to go get. They weren't picking up on it. So I gave them another clue somewhere. Eventually, I had a vision appear. And the vision was of this item being presented to the BBEG. So it forced the players to act. A little heavy-handed, a little railroady. However, what ended up happening was the players got the item, but they were ambushed on the way out and almost lost the item. The BBEG wanted them to go in because the staff was being held in a city of mind flayers. So the BBEG didn't want to send his lieutenants and his general in there. Why have them die? If these guys can get it, great. And if not, they'll probably have wiped out a good portion of it, and then we can go on in. So you can use a ticking clock to advance your own story and be kind of railroady with it. It's all up to you. It depends upon how you want the story to go. Me personally, I want to make sure the players get the plot hooks and don't miss any, especially because I don't want to be vague, or yes, I had it written down on my notes to say it, but did I actually say it in that session? Sometimes it can be hard to remember during a give and take between NPCs and the party. Did I mention that piece of information? Well, I don't want to punish the players because of it, so let me give them another chance to pick it up. So, ticking clocks. Use them. They will help speed up your game. They will help move the adventure forward. They can add suspense. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be something simple as a skill check to get out of the cave because the cave is now collapsing around the players. Ticking clock. They have 3 rounds. They got to get out. So use them. It can drastically improve your game. Speed it up, make it better, and add suspense. It can do the things that if you as the DM don't have those skills yet, a ticking clock can make up the gaps. If you don't know how to write suspense, ticking clock will do it for you. So, as always, let us know in the comments if you use ticking clocks, how you use them. And like, subscribe. We're still shooting for 500 subscribers this month before my 50th. We can do it. Come on, guys. I know you can. As always, love each other, be kind to each other, and accept each other.